Why does cleaning your room sometimes create more mess? If you've ever reorganized your closet or cleaned out your email, you've probably experienced this phenomenon. You start with the best of intentions, but before you know it, things are in a state of total disarray. What's going on here? And how can we avoid it? Let's dive into this common conundrum. Our story today is about a young lady named Anna. Now, Anna was an avid consumer of self-improvement content. She devoured books, podcasts, videos, anything that promised to make her life better. One day, she came across a minimalist video on YouTube. The minimalist in question was advocating for a simple life free from the shackles of material possessions. He talked about how decluttering your room could declutter your mind. Intrigued by this idea, Anna decided to give it a try. She started by pulling everything out of her closet, every shirt, every pair of pants, every knick-knack. She sorted them into 3 piles. One pile was for items she wanted to keep, another was for things she could donate to the local charity shop, and the third was for stuff she could sell at a garage sale. At first, the task felt incredibly satisfying. It was almost therapeutic to go through each item and make a decision about its future. But as the minutes ticked by, her enthusiasm began to wane. Anna found herself getting overwhelmed by the sheer volume of choices she had to make. Each item presented a mini dilemma. Does this shirt make me look fat? Do I really need 3 pairs of black pants? Is this scarf a waste of space or a stylish accessory? The decisions were exhausting, and the more choices she had to make, the more her attention to detail started to slip. She began shoving things back into the closet without much thought. At that point, she just wanted to be done with the whole ordeal. And before she knew it, her once neatly organized room looked like a typhoon had passed through. All the hangers had been flung across the floor, clothes were strewn about, and the piles for donation, sale, and storage lay in complete disarray. Defeated, Anna slumped onto her bed. She realized that decluttering wasn't about the stuff, it was about the choices. She had hoped that by purging unnecessary items, she would simplify her life. But what she hadn't anticipated was the emotional and mental toll of having to part with those items. It wasn't just about deciding what to keep or toss. It was about confronting the memories, the emotions, and the choices that each item represented. So there you have it, folks. The minimalist's advice didn't work out for Anna, and it may not work out for you either. But don't worry, because I've got some tips to help you avoid this common pitfall. But if you think we've reached the end of our story, oh no, my friend. This is just the beginning. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that the average American throws away 65 pounds of stuff every year? That's like 30,000 tons of garbage. And guess what? A whopping 90% of that stuff ends up in landfills. We're literally drowning in a sea of stuff. So let's do something about it. You see, the problem isn't just that we own too much. It's also that we keep making the same mistakes over and over again. But here's the good news. If you stick around till the end, I'll show you how to avoid the classic clean up then shove it back in the closet syndrome. And hey, while you're at it, why not give this video a like? It helps us reach more people and spread the word about minimalist living. Now, let's get back to the topic at hand. So what's the solution? How can we keep our spaces clean without succumbing to the urge to shove everything back into the closet? Well, the answer lies in a concept called active organizing. You see, when we're faced with a messy room, many of us fall into the trap of passive organizing. This is where we move things from one place to another without really thinking about whether we need the items in the first place. For example, when cleaning our bedroom, we might pick up clothes from the floor and dump them directly into the hamper, or we might transfer files from one folder to another without deleting the ones we no longer need. This approach may seem efficient, but it doesn't really solve the problem. It's like putting on a new coat of paint over a dirty wall. Sure, it looks better from a distance, but it doesn't address the underlying mess. Instead, we should adopt an active organizing approach. This involves regularly going through our belongings and making conscious decisions about what to keep, what to donate, and what to toss. It requires effort and discipline, yes, but it's worth it in the long run. Not only does active organizing help us declutter our physical spaces, but it also frees up our minds to focus on what truly matters. So, my friends, embrace the power of active organizing and watch as your life transforms one conscious choice at a time. And if you want even more tips on how to simplify your life and achieve inner peace, subscribe now for more updates. Together, we can conquer the clutter and create the peaceful, fulfilling life we all deserve.